Welcome everybody to another episode of A Journey of Love. It's me, James. Today my lady is feeling under the weather, so I figured I'd, you know, drop in and try to keep the needle moving and keep the consistency coming with the episodes. Um, Today I'm just gonna give you the male perspective of what I learned in past relationships and how things differ in the current relationship with Nisha. Basically, I've dealt with relationships where there was a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of red flags, and you know, there was lessons learned. Um, Basically, I learned how to set boundaries. I learned that communication is always key. Um, you know, a lot of cases where communication is lacking, it's it was because I kind of had to walk on eggshells. And with Nisha, is no walking on eggshells. We bring everything to the table. It's always about communicating and being transparent. And in the past, that wasn't always the case. So, lessons learned were you always have to, pay attention to the red flags. You don't downplay them. You don't try to love someone into loving you. That's very important to remember. And, as a man, you kind of always taught to downplay your emotions. Don't really, speak up about when things are affecting you or bothering you. You kind of just bottle it up. With Nisha, I never feel like I have to downplay how I feel or sidestep um, communicating something. We're always intentional about everything, and it feels really good to be in that place and to know that you have a real partnership with someone where you never have to bottle up anything. I'm able to fully be who I am and fully be present. And that comes from, you know, I've done a lot of work on myself. I took time to better understand who I am, better understand why things happen in previous relationships, and also learn how to better interpret situations and handle situations. So, in learning that, I also had to take accountability for my part in why those situations happened the way they did. So, I had to learn how to set boundaries. I had to learn how to better communicate. I had to learn how to create an environment where the respect given was also received. So reciprocation is very important. Reassurance is very important. And those lessons has have allowed me to become the best version of myself and allow me to become the best version of myself not only for me but also for my relationship with Nisha. And I believe, without those lessons, I wouldn't be who I am today. And sometimes you have to go through um, bad or unhealthy situations to get to where you are today. God, sometimes He wants us to get these lessons, and it's not always in the best possible situations. Sometimes it's in the unhealthy situations or the toxic situations because we have to go through something to get to something better. And I've definitely arrived in a situation that's the most healthy, the most beneficial, the most amazing situation with Nietzsche, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So a lot of times it's easy just to point the finger and be like, "Oh, I went through this, and oh, I can't believe it," and you know, be like, "Woe is me." But no, a lot of times we just have to look at it and see the lessons that was received from it, see how it helped you to grow and become a better person, and help and see how it's gotten you to where you are today. So if you received anything from this episode today, it's to always, you know, receive the lessons, receive the chance to become better from bad situations. Never just look at it as a situation where, you know, it just beat you up and you got nothing from it. Everything is a lesson. Everything is a moment to grow, and everything is a chance to become better. So, in this abbreviated solo episode, I hope that you know, got a strong message from it. Obviously, I'm missing Nisha not being here, but I hope that you still enjoyed this episode. And thank you for tuning in to another episode of A Journey of Love. This time with just James, but Nisha will be back next episode. Peace and love.